Hey guys, Lim Moore here from Cup of Joe. Sorry, the Cup of Joe, live from Memphis. It is cold. I am missing the where we go. It is going to have some hot information coming to you here live here in just about a second. First of all, I want to say hello to you guys. I know I said I was going to cancel this, but I wanted to give you something to look forward to because I know you might get mad and all of a sudden you're like, really? You're going to cancel it? So I'm going to fulfill your need for the Cup of Joe just in case you're looking for it. With that being said, we're going to give you a few questions that was asked today at this great event. Here's the Fearless Social Event, Hairless Event here in Memphis with Dr. Ben Tanner-Larson and the one and only infamous Don Wilson. It's going to be a great event. We haven't gotten to the meat and potatoes yet, but we've only gotten to the fried rice. That's the inside joke. So with that being said, I want to talk to David for a second. David's chilling on my side. I will put him in just a second, but he is going to go over something that he said today was very important for most of you guys because they asked us a few questions, and we're going to go with that first. So first of all, we're going to just all something came to me. Who are you, basically? That's the question we're going to ask David. And then we're going to go with the next question, okay? So, David, say hi to everyone. Hi, guys. David's lost. Go ahead, man.
What it is. So, during the question and answer session of the day, we were asked the question, who are you? And a lot of people apparently have the issue with identifying who they are. For me, I know that today I am a paid traffic consultant. I'm the media buyer to media buyers. That is what I do. I know a lot of you have the struggle with identifying with who you are. There's probably many of you watching this who can't even call yourselves entrepreneurs, even if you are. And it's probably because you don't feel confident enough in yourself to call yourself that. So to be honest, I know I'm a paid traffic consultant, and that's what I do for people. Now, the second question we were asked was, basically, who is it that you want to be? And for me, I want to be a visionary. Now, after saying that out loud to a group of people, to Don, Tanner, and Ben, you know, visionary is that's pretty much the way it is. You don't have to go that far beyond and come up with something that big, but I'm trying to be someone like a Richard Branson, a Mark Cuban, a Warren Buffett. That's what I strive to be. You don't have to be that person. You can, strive to be someone who just makes enough money to provide for your family for the rest of their life. That's who you want to be. The third question we were asked was, do you remember what the third question was?
What is stopping you to get there?
Oh, what is stopping you from getting to that? For me, I was stopping myself that of my business, because that's true. Self-doubt that I want to achieve is just me, and I know it's not going to happen because I honestly am creating exactly what I want. I believe in what I'm going to get is going to happen, and it's going to happen. And the last thing we were asked was, what am I doing to overcome these obstacles? Right. Something
right. That's right. That's right.
Well, an action list that I can actually go through and achieve. A lot of people, when they come up with actions they're going to take in order to achieve a result, they make these actions they're never going to actually accomplish, or just something they don't know how to do. If you're trying to build a $1 million agency, have you ever built up something that's $1,000, $10,000, or $100,000? If you haven't, start smaller and build your way up. Another thing is, if you've never bought traffic and you're trying to be a paid traffic consultant, I honestly suggest you buy some traffic first before you start calling yourself that. And it goes along the lines with anything. If you're trying to reach a certain point in your business or personal life, you got to take small steps to achieve a bigger goal. But just know each step along the way is leading to that point. And that's how I answered everything in front of the room today.
That is a boss answer. And I'm gonna tell you right now, for most of you guys want to make $1,000 a month. How many clients right now who are spending $50 a month on you or $250. I mean, how are you gonna get yourself to the next level? And he explained that to like total T. That in the room that was discussed, and a lot of people, I'm sure, were struggling with that answer. Who are you? And you know, where do you want to go down the road? Be yeah, you have clients and all that, but to what you're going to do in your business. But Bill and I was also talking about, you know, what's the next thing when it comes to taking that next step. And he's like, I forgot it, figured out. Of course, like, I guess a month now, talking with a few individuals. But I'm going to bring Bill on right now to kind of give you his strategy and what his thoughts on to do, what to do. Because right now, I don't want to say all of it, but Bill, wouldn't you agree that, you know, offline marketing is some type of, what is offline marketing right now for you as a whole to what we're going to do later in the future? And I'll just do that right there.
Hi guys, what's going on? Sorry, I was trying to pull a lemon there, but I couldn't do it. That one wasn't good enough, so but that's okay. Yeah, bigger smile. Hold on, let me try again. Right now, and what's going to happen is there's money, you know, have so much come in every month. Okay, so then what do you do after that? Well, you got to find something. See, the trick is there's an old book you can go find it. It's called Rich Dad Poor Dad, and it basically explains that once you go from employee to sell, the next thing is to jump into the investment realm, and the investment could be in anything. It could be in real estate. You take and you make that bank pay into an investment, pay you. So after a period of clock out, you're done. And you can still have your business generating income. Now you have investments creating income. And before you know it, you're good. Your family's taken care of, long-term generated income, and it's just, that's where you want to be. And that's, you know, after Ben was talking about the bank, because that's basically what internet marketing is. You're creating a bank that's going to flow cash to you. I mean, how many people, instead of getting a loan and everything else, huh? Never mind. It's going on because it's so exciting here right now. You know, and Sloan's sitting over here too. If you guys do, here, look, so we got Sloan over here too.
He's way over there.
Anyway, we got Maria. I don't know if you guys know Maria. Maria. So a lovely guy. And that's how you have to look at it. A long time ago, that it's kind of like a baby. And one day, a kid that's supposed to help take care of you in your old age. If you think of investments like that, it does the same thing. It's going to pay out to you eventually when you really, and then stop. You're off and go
on the spot. I love how I do that. But dealing with a lot of controversy and dealing with a lot of people that are really smart. I mean, David, I'm going to ask David a question here because he deals with a lot of high tier tickets and a lot of, you know, master marketers in the world, and he works side by side with them. You know, when there's issue when it comes to traffic, whatever, they go to David. But I want to hear, I want the audience to know a little few of the conversations that y'all actually have. When y'all are masterminding, what are the topics that y'all are going through? I mean, what are the things that you can give us just a little bit? I mean, there to be some smarter people than you are in the room because you don't want to be the smartest people in this, so you can learn from the best. But he's actually with the best of the best. What are some things that you can tell the audience right now that y'all discuss almost on a daily basis?
Yeah, I'll just name off the questions.
There you
go. Do you think that investing $25,000 is worth my time? And that's monthly. she'll incorporate variations of 3 pages per page of the funnel when the funnel is 10 pages long. So this partnership deal that I'm looking into, we're looking at 33% equity over a course of 5 years, and we're looking at an exit of $30 million. I mean, these are things that just pop up in a conversation on a daily basis. And then after all that is said and done, they're like, hey, man, you want to go out to dinner and eat like $200 steaks? I mean, like, this is the type of stuff that pops up in a normal conversation with high-level, not executives, regular people. People that you and I probably communicate on a daily basis, but you don't open your mouth to find out what they do. And that's the thing that sorry, if I turned away, it's because Bill's doing some crazy stuff in the background. So for me, when I deal with these high-level personal brands and company brands, what I really try to do is dig into not just them as individuals, but also what their end goal is for the company and what they're trying to achieve. And a lot of these people do have money to spend. And I'm not just talking about, you know, if it's a $100,000 contract, that's not money that's going to you in the bank unless you're doing some coaching or consulting. But what you have to realize is that there's a bigger end goal to all this money being spent. And if you position yourself correctly as a part of that deal, you will be compensated to that same exact extent. A lot of you worry about, oh, I'm going to get a big management fee, or I'm going to get a $10,000 a month contract and try to get it done for so cheap that I make $9,000. You screw over any of these people and they will sue you for everything. It doesn't work that way. Learn to take care of your client or your potential client as you possibly can. Provide them with the best result, and they will compensate you. Start with you. Stop trying to go after those managers.
Man, I'll bet you the most important thing about funnels is getting the copyright, getting people to actually get engaged into what the sales funnel is all involved with. And we're going to bring on Nick Garcia. That he was supposed to be here, like, I guess 10 weeks ago. I don't know. Maybe it was 8 weeks ago, 8 episodes ago. But you're finally going to get to meet Nick, which is part of shouts out to EPC, you know, and the importance of copy. And if you don't know what copy is, I'm going to explain to you what copy is. Most of you guys know what it is. Some of you have no idea what it is. But I'm going to bring on Nick for him to explain. I was going, man, you are throwing. That's the whole intention of this hangout for you. So, Nick, as I pass the peas, like they used to say. Go ahead.
Garcia here. And I'm going to start answering his question by actually starting at a different Dave. And I found myself thinking about it, and I realized I'm somebody who writes. I do like writing my own stories for fiction or what have you, but in the end, I love a good story. And I noticed each of us have a story, and you know, we'll all start laughing, and we all resonate with that inside. The copywriting. It's not that there's some formula or some template that you'll somehow have the best conversions. It's not like that. It's more like where are you at right now to where you're at right now, and why you're doing what you're doing. How that resonates with who you want to target. So you bring those stories out. You describe them in a way that resonates with your target market, dipping into the conversations that they have within themselves in their head. So if somebody's experiencing pain, they're talking some way. Whether you're a company with their crops, they're probably sitting there thinking, "Wow, these are dying, or they're weak, or you know, they're vegging poorly." You talk to them in the same way that they're talking to themselves, and that's how you bring out what's going on in their head, and you connect that with the story that you're building right now, which is developing value towards those kinds of people. So I think when you think about copywriting, and when you think about how your messaging is going out to your audience, don't think so much about templates or the specific patterns or sequence. Think about just using the words that they're using in their head and use it against them. use kind of conversation that they would make, and that's the right way to go about copy. The core element of all of that is just communication and time. The best way that we've been able to communicate before we had writing, since we're the internet or anything like that, we communicate information. So that's my main key point. I think I'm going to pass it off back to. Sorry, guys. There's at least 3 or 4 conversations.
Nick, tell us a little bit about. You mentioned copy, but serious. When it comes to marketing right now, which is so important. I mean, a lot of guys out there right now to do, and ads are so important. But the first thing they need to do, depending on the niche, let's go with a niche. A company who is, let's just use dog training, for example. If I have 5 seconds to use dog training as a niche, what are 3 ways not to click skip?
Don't you want to finally get to you? That one sentence right there is probably something that people have said in their head multiple times. When they're sitting there trying to get their dog to do something, and they're like, sit. No, sit. They just build that connection. It's not that they want the supreme command over the dog. It's that they want to be able to engage the dog in a conversation.
Not to stop you, but I can see someone coming on right now just saying, sit, Ubu, sit, don't move. From there, they're going, what is this? But if it's targeted to the dog people, lovers, they'll get it totally. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Ubu, I call it Ubu.
I've never met a dog named that. But the idea is to try and find the simple, succinct way, that pain point as precisely as you can, so that right when they hear it, they're like, I've been saying that in my own head this whole time. And essentially,
you would say a copy is exactly on television, on radio, or that you can try to put your point on, right?
Absolutely. Whether it's text, video, audio, or some other means of communication, copywriting and smoke signals. The whole core element is just communication, and that's when you just try to find the word patterns that are so precise to the internal monologue going on in it's conversations are they having with themselves. What is their internal monologue like on that train going on in their
head? Freaking awesome. Everybody clap. Nick Garcia, come on. David Sloth. Awesome. That was like unique. Wow. It's so important to have, or when you're trying to do business, because of stories. I know sometimes when I meet people, I have a story to tell them to get them engaged into my conversation. I met 2 women tonight, baby. Just friendly talking to them. But I met 2 women tonight from Dallas, and I connected with them. Gonna watch it, you know what I mean? So I have more people here because I want to right now. I'm gonna bring on my little cousin because he drove. Franklin,
have been really make a perfect argument for when you go into a local marketer, or excuse me, you go into a local business and you want to close them. You're bringing up 4 almost pain points to an extent with them, where you can't help but at the end say, all right, now would you like my help? Let's say if you go into a local, let's say attorney, whatever, dentist, and you say, you know, who are you? Well, I'm one of the best dentists here in, you know, Memphis, Tennessee. All right. Well, you know, what do you want to be? Well, I want to be the best, you know, Tennessee. I will, you know, get there. What are the obstacles that are in front of you? Well, the obstacles are my brand's not out there enough. My website's not seen by enough people in the state of Tennessee. I don't have videos out there bringing that in. Then you ask them, all right, so what's your plan to get past that? And they're going to look at you. You know, most of them will say, well, that's why I brought you in here. And then they've just sold you themselves. They've already done it. So, you know, when they go, well, I don't really have a plan. I'm not really sure. Right, so then you say, be one of the best. You want a broader range of people. You're not sure how you're going to do it, but you know you need help doing it. And then you can just go ahead and close up and say, that's what I do. That's how I help. That's what I can do for you. When would you like to get started on this?
Now the conversation, and if you're not in control of the conversation, you're going to lose. So this right here, those 4 steps, gives you control. And I want to know how many of you guys, you can't raise your hand right now because whatever, but how many of you guys that are watching right now those and being in control of the conversation, because it's all about knowing what buttons to push, having them to go through their own pain, and actually you come up with a solution. Would you believe that we are a problem solver, my dog?
like Lim's saying, the best part of that is a lot of you, one, you know, are a little or lack a little confidence when you go into a business and you just want to talk the majority of the time and not listen. Another point that was stressed tonight, which is really important in sales, and some of you that already have businesses know this, and that is when you're going into sales, then you're listening. You're doing more listening than you are talking. That's a great thing. You're going in there with 4 questions. They're the ones that giving you the answers to the questions, and typically the answers are a lot longer than the questions. So you've already ability to listen longer what you're going to, and it just, again, it's a no-brainer. It works perfect because they're closing you for them.
True. Okay. All right, with that being said, lovely, we're going to just kind of get some little insight on how she feels about what's going on with this event right now, what she's captured. I've been now some designs. Again, guys, I'm with us, and she's at the design for clients or whatever. You can always, you know, reach out to Maria or reach out to me to get connected with her, because this is something that you will need later on. I mean, most of you guys, yeah, we're into video marketing. Yeah, we're into Facebook marketing. But some people want logos and designs. I mean, she does a lot of stuff with website design too that you don't even know about. And with that being said, what is your take on here, Miss Lovely? What is your take on this event?
Well, hi everybody. So my take on this is, you guys have heard the 4 questions that we were asked today, and that really made me stop and think about a lot of things. I was thinking about a lot of things before I came to the event, actually, and I had set some intentions that I never had before. Now, a lot of that has to do with the fact that I've been to a few events. I think this is my 4th or my 5th. And, you know, when you start going to these events and you start meeting these people for the first time, you set this intention for yourself that has a lot to do with what you need, okay? So it has a lot to do with you finding clients, with you getting your name out there, with you proving yourself. So the difference here is that I've got all that now, or I feel like I'm on my way. Mm-hmm. So what I'm trying to do with this event is listen. You've heard a couple of people here say, I think Sloan said it, David said it, it's important to listen. You could talk about yourself a little bit, but really use your time to ask questions. And you're going to start to hear a lot of things come out that you didn't expect. So what I realized about myself when I asked myself who am I and who do I want to be, I realized that I am a graphic designer. Okay, that's something I've done my whole life. When people ask me what I wanted to be as a kid, I would always answer artist. You know, I was drawing from the time that I could hold a pencil. So that's always something that I've identified with. But now I'm reaching this point in my life where I've got to transition it to something else. And I realized that what I want to be is a graphic communicator. Not a graphic designer, but a graphic communicator. So how many times have you or somebody you know didn't understand something from the get-go, from the text or from somebody trying to explain it to you, but then they sat down and drew you a diagram or a picture or an infographic, and you were like, oh, that's it, I got it. So that's what graphic communication is all about, okay? And that's how somebody that does something that wants to charge more or that wants to explain the quality of their business, I think that's how they can communicate it to their client or to their leads or to somebody that they worked with for years. So that's really what I want to do, and that's really where I want to take myself. And in order to communicate for other people, I have to listen to other people. So that's really what I'm doing at this event. And so far, by putting it into practice, it's done a lot for me. And I know that it's going to do a lot more if I keep at it. All right?
Get it, girl. We're real, y'all. Clap. All right, that's awesome stuff. Wow. I don't know what to say, everyone. Yes, I like to be the little guy here. Oh, man. So, you know, you want to ask yourself those few questions, you know, and go through it. You can, you know, rewind this video and just go back and listen, because we've given you some very important nuggets. And like I said, I wanted to give you something because I said I was going to cancel the regular Cup of Joe, but I think this is going to be real important for you guys to ponder on this weekend to kind of figure out for next weekend what you're going to do. You know, guys, who are you? What are you going to do with yourself? You know, what is your intentions for your goals? How are you going to get through this? You know, what do you want to be? These are the things that you should be asking yourself and writing down every quarter. I mean, it's just what it is, what it is. So does anybody have any kind of last minute things they want to add that we missed?
Find your story.
Ooh, that's a great thing. Find your story. That is perfect. That is perfect. Find your image. Find your image. Sauce boss?
Get all the case studies and results you could possibly put together.
You know, that's, ooh, wow. Keep going. Go, go, go.
This is my show now.
Right.
All right, so what you need to do is start collecting every piece of evidence that you've actually done what you do. So if you have social proof, by all means, put these things into a binder if you have to, if you go to physical meetings, and show people the results that you've obtained. You know, I do paid ads. So people always ask me, what have you done for people lately? I've gotten X percentage higher opt-ins. I've saved this person X percentage in cost. I've got them X amount of dollars in revenue or profit or whatever it is. And I have screenshots out the wazoo saved on a drive that whenever someone says, what have you done? I send them the whole folder and I'm like, take a look for yourself. And when they're scrolling through 20 to 30 screenshots, their mind's blown. And so what you have to do, whether you do SEO, social media, PPC, it doesn't matter. Hell, even if you write copy, collect everything that you've done, put it into a portfolio online or offline, and make sure that it's handy with you at all times, because you never know when someone's going to ask you, what have you done? And if you could show them results, like I said, start pitching your stuff based on results, more people will, you know, want to work with you.
You know, don't be intimidated from what he said, because some of y'all are thinking, oh my God, I gotta get all these results. Think about this, your call tracking, and I do this a lot. People are like, okay, what can you do? What do you have? What evidence? I can take a screenshot of my call tracking and I can call them and say, would you like to listen and see what the conversion rates are and see what's going on and how many calls? And they're like, really? You can do that? Yes, I have evidence of this. This is what I do. I'm an expert at this, you know. This is what he's talking about. This is great information. Wow. We should have Cup of Joes at what? Late at night like this all the time. All right. With that being said, guys, this is Cup of Joe Cocktail. Cup of Joe Cocktail. You know. With that being said, I'm Lynn Moore. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Actually, don't forget to comment or contact us on SaturdayCupofJoe.com. You can always go inside the group if you're in the Video Alpha group. If not, PM Bill. We have a payment that you can get in if you want to. But some of you guys are enjoying it. There's a lot of stuff that you're missing, a lot of content. You're missing a lot of connections in the group. I mean, like you said, if you need a good copy guy, you know, we go with Nick. You need a designer, hey, we've got Maria. If you need paid traffic, you can go through David. He might not accept you because he's at a whole different level. I mean, that's just the way it is. But we might have someone who could consulting, you know, it's just totally up to you. With that being said, I'm Lynn Moore. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Have a fabulous day. Peace and chicken grease. Love you guys. We'll talk to you soon.